Hey folks, it's your pal Bobby here, back today with a noodle review, and today we're checking out something quite extraordinary. S'mores Campfire flavored Cup Noodle Ramen. Now as you can see on the package, it says it's a limited edition, so luckily I was able to get my hands on a few cups of these. And to be truthful, I'm struggling to think of what even to say about this. Campfires and s'mores pretty much have nothing to do with ramen, as far as I know or ever could tell. Nissin, not sure how it's pronounced exactly, but I've definitely seen this brand before. I've obviously had cup noodles before, but obviously never s'mores campfire. And I've never thought that, man, some ramen would be good right now as I'm sitting next to a campfire. There's really no explanation on the package as to why they even did this. But here I am, I gotta give it a try. Usually one thing that you do with a cup of noodle like this is microwave the contents, but I'm going to do two of these packages at once and I'm going to boil the water kind of just like normal. As you can see here on the front, just a s'more, a little marshmallow getting roasted over a nice fire with natural and artificial flavors, I'm sure. Taking a look at the ingredients, it's got a lot of random stuff in it. I think probably the most important part is just that the noodles are flour. I mean, it has so much stuff in it. I can't imagine that this is good for you. You know, for just trying it out, we'll be okay. Interesting enough, it has bioengineered food ingredients. I'm not sure what of this is bioengineered. And a warning, contains wheat, soybean, egg, and milk, I guess, if that's a concern of yours. So microwave instructions as per usual, but again, I'm going to boil it. And yeah, not a whole lot really going on here. In fact, at the bottom, it looks like they got some marshmallows in the ramen. I don't know if there will be a package of marshmallows inside to basically recreate the label, but enough talk. Let's find out. And well, no packet, but as you can clearly see here, there are some marshmallows in here. And I was expecting the sauce to not already be mixed in here like this. I thought it would be in a packet, but you can clearly see it looks to be all ready to go here, which is making me question whether I should boil this or not. Maybe we can try. I'm gonna try one of these marshmallows just to see what the heck this is all about. Oh my goodness. It's like a Lucky Charm marshmallow. I'm sure you're familiar with the Lucky Charm marshmallows, like save the best for last. That's exactly what this tastes like. Open up the second one here. It looks like more of the same, more marshmallows on top of this one. I still think I'm gonna try boiling it. So let's get out the Elite Gourmet and get to work. One cup's worth. What a sight to behold. An interesting thing to note as we're close to having this get to a boil is that the liquid just looks like hot chocolate. I mean, that's not really a stretch to say that, but you got the marshmallows bobbing up and down a little bit there. Got some of the frothy bubbles in the water. It looks like it's just hot chocolate with ramen noodles sticking out of it. Very strange. I think it's actually going to boil over. Alright folks, we are back with the situation mostly now under control. Things have cooled off a bit, and as you can see, some of the liquid has lessened, it is thickened up. So now I believe it is just time to give this a try. The noodles don't really look, anything different than what you would expect. But I'm gonna first try some of the broth. if you can call it a broth, just to see. Doesn't look like much. Maybe if no one told you, you'd think it's some kind of beef broth. Let's try it. It tastes like hot chocolate, to be honest. It tastes good. It's sweet. It definitely kind of tastes like Swiss Miss hot chocolate mix. Obviously, this is not a mix because it's in the liquid, but yeah, that's what it comes to mind. So it really begs the question, is this going to taste like noodles and hot chocolate? And why would someone make noodles and hot chocolate? I'm not really too sure. I don't think that the noodles themselves are going to be anything too special, just because the sauce is not overly dripping on them. But next we'll take a bite of the noodles. I mean, it tastes like noodles and hot chocolate. I wish there was more really to say about this. It's not exemplary in any one direction. It's not too sweet. I'm not a big fan of sweet things, but the broth has a little bit of sweet, but it's not overwhelming. I could see that if you were sitting by a campfire, you'd at least want to be drinking something that tasted like this, especially in the winter or something like that. But it's a little perplexing otherwise. I don't see any reason why these two things would be together, but here they are. It's time to eat. I decided to switch to a plate. Got some graham crackers here. Just let that soak in there a little bit. Best of both worlds. Not bad. Definitely a sweet endeavor here. It just is like noodles and hot chocolate. I know I've said that before, but that's truly what is coming to mind when I'm eating this. Well, alright, so there you have it. What to even say? It didn't taste repulsive to the point where it was difficult to eat, but it definitely wasn't good. Like, the flavors just didn't make a lot of sense, of course. The noodles are nothing special to begin with, and basically just putting them in hot chocolate doesn't really do anything for me. I also lost where those marshmallows got to. I think they just kind of probably puffed up and got mixed in with the noodles. I never even saw one of those marshmallows after the noodles were ready to eat. Would a kid like this, if you were going on a camping trip and bringing some kids? Yeah, I think they would probably get a kick out of it. They might be the biggest clientele for this kind of thing because the novelty would be more important to them maybe than anything. And even if it didn't taste that great, it still tasted kind of like hot chocolate, and they'd probably be happy with that. Another thing would be maybe if you're trying to just bring a joke item to an adult friend, just to, try it out and say, hey, look at this weird thing, let's try it. It's definitely worth a conversation piece, worth a laugh among some friends if you get your hands on these. But what's probably really going on here? Ask yourself when the last time you thought of Cup Noodles as a brand. Probably never, right? I certainly never did. I think probably they tried something zany just to see if it would help their sales, get people interested, get people to buy it, get people talking. It's basically free advertisement for them to say, hey, did you hear this weird product, S'mores Campfire, that Cup Noodles released? So, was there anything campfire about it? No, not at all. There was nothing smoky to it. There was no campfire anything. It was basically just the sweetness from the marshmallow and the sweetness from the hot chocolate kind of broth. There you have it, folks, my Cup Noodle Campfire S'mores review. It's always fun to try things out, but yeah, just a gimmick. Definitely not that great, but that's just my opinion. If you can get your hands on these, definitely worth a try, if nothing else, just for the laugh. This has been your pal Bobby with another noodle review. Thanks for watching. We humbly appreciate the very important support from our Patreon subscribers.